Hello everyone, it's Plan With Me time. I am very exhausted, so I ask you to please pardon me. It has been a very long and exhausting day. I've had a lot of things that I had to do to prepare for a trip. So let me get you guys, looks like you guys are going to be good. I just want to make sure that the whole page is in. Okay. So what we are drinking tonight is electrolyte water, and I need to get back to bed and get back to sleep. Okay, so we need to make this kind of quick. All right, so here is October. So for October, I think this is the 11 a.m. Okay, so that's their anniversary. So we're booked up all this week. So really it was all about preparing. But I didn't log my weight. I lost another pound. But I need to weigh in tomorrow. So, down here was 1 pound loss. All right, so that is good news. And as I recalled, yeah, I lost 3 pounds, and then here I lost 2.7 pounds, which you might as well say 3 pounds. And then that was the 12th, and then there was the 19th, and then I think that was the 26th. I think I didn't weigh myself on the 26th. Right, I didn't weigh myself, so obviously I might not have lost any weight. I'm not sure, but for the 3rd, I was down 1 full pound. So now I need to weigh in. No, you know what? My mind is bad. I was down 1 pound. 1 pound loss. Okay. So there was 3 pounds, 2.7 pounds. And I really think that was a little bit of water or a little bit of food that hadn't passed. So I'm just going to go ahead and just make that 3 pounds, because it was like a feather. I hate the digital stuff. And, you know, so 3 pounds, and then 1 pound. That's pretty sucks. That's sucky. But that's how it was. That's the realistic thing of it. And then here I was the 3rd. Okay, this is where I did not weigh myself. So I need to wipe that out and just put this right here and find out how much I lost, because I was supposed to weigh myself and I didn't. So I'm going to weigh myself probably, today is Sunday. So I'm going to weigh myself early Monday morning to find out what the results were for this. So the weight loss is consistent. Like with all plans, you take a break. Like I do cyclical keto. So for the month of September, all of this time, this week and the week before, I was out of ketosis and I was eating carbs, and there was no movement on the scale. And then starting that weekend, I got real clean and did extremely, yeah, here it is. Last day of treats, and then I did a reset for keto. That's a little smiley face. And by the 13th, which was a Saturday, I don't know why I wrote it on Friday, but on Saturday I had lost 3 pounds. And then the same thing happened again. By the next Saturday, I had lost 3 pounds. And then this Saturday, the Saturday the 27th, I only lost 1 pound. I don't know why I write it on Friday. I weigh myself on the weekend, on Saturday or Sunday. So that was a 1 pound drop. So now we're going to go over to this Saturday. And again, I wrote it on Friday. Okay. And I was supposed to weigh myself and I didn't. So I will have to weigh myself on Monday morning because I didn't weigh myself. Today is the 12th. So I need to find out what that weight loss is. And then we'll be fine. It'll probably be 1 pound or maybe no pound. I don't know. But either way, the scale is moving and I am happy. All right, so this is the first week of October. And let me see, I know I keep markers in here somewhere. So how are you doing? How is your weekend? I hope you all are doing well. I hope you had a productive week and a restful weekend. That means a lot. Why do I have this in here? I don't even... Wow, this is old. I really needed to clean this out. Because, you know, your taste and your needs change. I definitely use this. I want that in there. And let's use these 2 Tombos. I know why I had that in there for a reason. I know exactly why. And we have these tweezers, but they don't have the little thingy on them. That's okay. I have an extra one. And I will use that. Nope, it's not in here. Okay, so honestly, I really don't need tweezers in here because I don't use this for what I used to use it for. But let's see here. All right, so these are the pens that I want to keep. But this little short one is, wait, yeah, I've changed things around, but I didn't check. That's weird. Okay, these are kind of the same height, but this one does not belong in there. And while we're here, let's just find out why I am having that's weird. All right, let's push this back and find out what length is going to be the best length. And it should be, all of these are different lengths. What the heck? All of these are different lengths. That is crazy. How did that even come to be? So now this is going to look stupid. Yeah, that's not going to... Okay, I gotcha. I'm just going to have to cut them down. And that's what I will do. I will cut them down in a minute. And that way they will all be perfect. And this one that's short, that's too late for that. Oh my gosh, y'all. All right, we'll put that there. And these 2 are gonna go in the another pile. But okay, so I wonder, did you guys see all of that? Oh man, there is a very good chance that we were not in frame. Man. All right, so let's go with, why would I save this pen? It's an attractive pen though, but it's gonna have to go in another place. All right, so we are going to, all right, just going to be a little different this time. And we're just going to do this. All right, y'all, I got to turn these things down. I'm sorry. Because if it's irritating you, it might be irritating. Oh, that's the wrong remote. I don't have the remote. All right, so I need to get some sleep, y'all. Seriously. All right, so the goals that I have for the first week of October is vacation goals. Okay, the first point, oh man, the first point is strict keto. Even though strict keto, cook all meals. All right, that's so important because I've been on a good roll and I don't want to mess things up. Okay, and use the hotel. It's really not a hotel, but use hotel gym just for 45 minutes because walking on the beach is not going to give me the intensity that I need. All right, so use the hotel gym. And the day that I'm going to do that is on Tuesday, because I'm going to do Monday's workout tonight. So on Tuesday, because Monday is going to be hectic, so Tuesday I'm going to do hotel. I'm going to work out for 45 minutes. That's the plan. Okay. And instead of dessert, I'm going to use my Atkins bars. All right. No dessert. Use Atkins instead. Oh Lord, I hate eating healthy on vacay. I really do. But it's going to be easier because we're not at the Grand Hotel. We're at Quality Inn, which is a full kitchen service, and all they have is the hotel restaurant, you know. And believe me, the hotel restaurant is not a place that I would want to eat because it's just fried food, fish and chips, burgers and fries, you know, popcorn, shrimp and fries, salad. You know what I mean? So it's not like a restaurant. It's a pub, bar and grill. Okay. And I want to take a long walk on the beach just for extra, but it's going to be a stroll, so it can't even count, you know. So that's that for my vacation goals as far as wellness. That's what I know. I want to stay strict on keto for all meals. Use the hotel gym on Tuesday for 45 minutes. And no desserts. Use your Atkins instead. And I'm trying to think, what else? Is there anything else that I need to do while I'm there? Okay, I think that's it. And then, of course, just make sure that my husband has all that he needs. So this is the first week of October. So let's just go ahead and decorate the second week in October and see new. You know, I keep forgetting how to make the G. I really do. It's on the tip of my mind how to make the capital G. Oh man. It's all right, whatever. I really need to go back to practicing. Okay, so new goals. And that will be for week 2 of that'll be week 2. All right, so I look forward to that. And I say to myself, keep moving. Keep moving onward. Christian soldier. Onward, Christian soldier. That's what, I mean, I like her boots. You know, I don't know why I have 2 women there, but onward, Christian soldier. Let's see if I can pull her off. Yeah, I can easily pull her off. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay, what's going on next door? There's the fire department, police, ambulance. Okay. So, that will be new goals for week 2, week 3, week 4, and there we go. November, I have to babysit Kane, so he's coming over to stay with us. And then down here, we leave for, nope, then here, oh gosh, I gotta think about this, is Ocean City again. Ocean City is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so going back to Ocean City. For, yeah, 1st, the 2nd, and the 3rd. Okay, I gotta make sure that I have everything set with Sharon, and then that's it. There is no January, because the 1st week of January we'll be going back to Ocean City, and then we'll take a rest until April. So I need to start preparing to decorate my new book that I got. That was a birthday gift, so it does not look anything like this. Once this book is done, it's done. So flipping through it with you all is for me as well, because I will not be keeping this book. There's no reason for me to keep this book. Oh, I remember how I struggled with that, because I just like did not want to do the taxes. I like how I decorated all of this, but even so, flipping through it now is you know, okay, I started keto. This is information I wanted to save. So Walgreens, fasting 12 hours, call Craig, then it was Ross, and then 2:30, and I started keto on April the 4th. April the 4th, I started keto. Wow. April the 4th, I started keto at 206 pounds. All right, let me, wow. Isn't that something? I do kind of want to, all right, let me put a reminder. I want to, let me just use it on here. I have it in another book. So I have it in another book. But today is, what is today? Today we're gonna use Saturday, October 4th, and we're going to go back, and we have to put down for that date, and then we're going to do September 13th. Okay, that was 3 pounds. I forgot to write that down. And then September 20th was 3 pounds down. And then it was September 27th, and we were 1 pound. That's a bad. I mean, it just 1 pound. It could have at least given me 2 pounds. So now we need to do and then it would be Saturday the 4th. So scratch that and put it down here, and it's October 4th, and that's what we need. We need to find out what would be on the 4th. And yeah, so we started at 206. So I've lost about 30 pounds. Wow, 30 pounds. Praise Jesus. 30 pounds since April. Wow, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that's 30 pounds. Wow. April, beginning of April. So May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 6 months. 30 pounds in 6 months. That's pretty slow, guys. I mean, I'm not trying to sound ungrateful, but that's pretty slow. Because when I was taking the peptides, and if you're interested, I saw a hormone specialist, and I was given Pamerelin. I'm not spelling it right, but it's Pamerelin, or and then Tesamorelin, something like that. But they were peptides, and they were injections, and they were expensive. They are $4 grand here in Maryland, $4,000, but I got them for $1,500 because of a blooper. And you get a 3-month supply. So Pamerelin and Tesamorelin, and I'm not pronouncing it right, but if you look it up, you'll see what I'm saying. And I had lost 23 pounds in 3 months. 23 pounds. No, wait a minute. Not 23. I think it was 19. Well, something like that. Let's just say 20 pounds in 3 months. Okay? I was in a different stage of menopause. I was still like in the perimenopausal, toward the end of being perimenopausal. Now I am post-menopausal. I have went 1 year without a cycle. So my metabolism has slowed down so much. Now, when I was on Manjaro, I lost weight kind of fast. I would say, I think I lost 18 pounds in 5 months, so 4 months, 4 or 5 months was like 18 pounds. But, wow. So I lost 30 pounds in 6 months. That's really slow. Wow. That's really slow. Wow. I thought I lost more than that. I really did. I remember I lost quite a bit in 3 months. Let's just, right, so let me see. Oh, I have to remember I took a break from keto. That's right. Remember, because of the cyclical, so that I could get a back to a jump start. So let's go back here to, I started in April. So I'm gonna figure this out. February, March, and then April. Okay, and I started at 206. And right now, I'm 178. Huh. Wow. April. Wow. Wow, y'all. I didn't realize. That is slow weight loss. But I know what some of you are thinking. For a person my age with thyroid disease and who's postmenopausal, 57 years old, this is God's grace. You know what I mean? This is something to be grateful for. You know, straight up. So I need to stop thinking. And I remember here we had a stall, and I stayed at 187 for that whole month. I stalled, and I could not understand why, but I did. And then in July, we started having movement again. It was 185, 184, 182. Oh, man. Why did I stall so bad that 1 month? And then here, I didn't even write anything. Wow. I didn't write anything in here in August. Let's see. There's nothing on here about weight loss. Okay. For 2 days, I ate 18.5 net carbs. It didn't meet my fiber goal intake. I had the cake. Okay, so right here we had a problem, because this was when I was like, okay, my net carbs are high for me, and the weight started to stall. And then there was, and the weight didn't stall. I was eating too much and nibbling on this and that type of thing because of my birthday. And then I just finally said, let's just go off keto and just do low carb, get out of ketosis, and then come back on hard, strict. And that was how I had lost 3 pounds in 1 week, and then another 3 pounds, and yeah, and then 1 pound. Okay, but wow, y'all, 6 months? Really? Are you kidding me? 6 months? That's just so slow. Oh man. All right, well, it is what it is, and at least I'm moving in the right direction. Y'all, I did purchase this pen. It is called the Uniball Jetstream, or Uni Jetstream 3, and it is 1.0. It writes extremely smooth. It's a very attractive pen. The only thing about it that I don't like is that it's just clear plastic. I don't like seeing what's on the inside, and I don't like this being plastic. I would prefer this to be black. This, on the other hand, this right here, y'all, it is so soft. I could write hours on that. This is so super soft. However, let's do a comparison. This is softer. Wow, this is so much softer. But this is very soft. So let me see. Let me see if I can pull this off. All right, this one is on here pretty hard. I might not. Maybe I could put this on top. All right. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on. All right, I'm getting it on. You know, guys, you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. But if you want to see whether or not I'm able to make this my own, then stick around. All right, I'm getting it on there. All right. I'm getting it. Because I want it to be soft for long-term writing. What I mean by long-term writing, journal writing. When I'm writing for an hour. All right, look at that. So there it is. Let me push it up a little bit more. You know what? I love this. I wonder if I can get, no, let me stop. I love these inks. This is a nice dark red, and this is a London blue. This is really good. Okay, oh yeah. Let me show you something. I wish it was thicker, but I can do with it. I can do. But this right here being on here, I can write for a longer period of time because this is on here. Yeah. Let me see if I can buy me some more of these. And I'll see y'all real soon. Bye. Whoops. So yeah, it worked. I'm liking it. This is pretty cool. It's hard though. It is hard. But it's just that extra cushion that I need on this finger. All right.